Auntie.
Well, music lessons. Is your child ready for an instrument? And how do you know which one? We're talking with OaklandCountyMoms.com founder Lisa LeGroux this morning with some tips on how to figure it all out. Well, it can be great for focus and discipline, but are music lessons good for all kids? And where do you even start? Lisa LeGroux, who's the founder of OaklandCountyMoms.com, is here to help. So thanks for being here.
Well, thank you.
Lots of questions lots of people have, especially at the beginning of the school year. Do I get my kid interested in this, or do we kind of just wait and see what their interest is, what instrument to pick? All kinds of questions for people.
Yeah, and actually I talked to a music expert, someone who's been teaching music for over 15 years, and a lot has to go into that decision: the age, the type of instrument. You kind of want to see if your child is more in the 6-year-old age range, then something that's good to start with is piano or violin.
Okay.
But something more like guitar, you might want to wait until 8. And that's all based on the discipline that they have and how much motivation that they're going to have to keep themselves involved in it, which is a concern for parents, I'm sure.
Now, do you kind of suggest, introducing the instrument, or do you kind of wait until they say to you, I'm interested in playing?
You probably want to go with what they would like to do, but if they don't have a distinct interest in any specific instrument, probably the best one to start them off with is either the violin or the piano, because you can start those at an early age.
Right.
Some people have played violin at 3 or 4. And it's amazing because it seems like a difficult instrument.
Right.
But the piano is also a good one because once they learn the piano, they can move on to other instruments much easier.
And some instruments obviously are harder than others. I remember playing the flute when I was in, I think, 6th grade, and I kept it up for about 3 years, and it didn't, it just didn't really keep my interest. But how does, when your child comes to you and says, I want to play the tuba, how do you, I mean, that's an interesting instrument.
It is, and it's probably one of the more costly instruments as well, and the lessons are going to be more difficult to find. I would suggest you probably give them an opportunity to start with something like the piano. And if there's an interest with the piano, they've learned their pitch, the notes are visual, it's more of a simple instrument than something like the tuba, then they maybe can move on to the tuba if they continue that musical interest.
And being in the band, compared to when I was a kid, is so much cooler now. It's way cooler. The lessons, however, that can be an expense for parents. So what can you offer as an alternative?
Well, if your school offers a choir program, it'd be a great opportunity to get involved in the choir. They'll learn what it's like to be a part of an ensemble. They'll develop a pitch for their voice. It's a social activity for them to be with the other kids, and it's very cheap.
Right. And so what are some of the other instruments besides the piano? Because if you don't have one at home, I mean, you have to kind of go to that expense to, buy one, or, go to someone's house who has one, and then you really don't get to practice as much. But what are some of the other instruments that might be more cost-effective? Well,
a good suggestion with the piano, too, is to start off with a keyboard. Instead of investing in a full-size piano, you could go that route, and maybe group up with a friend, on something.
Sure.
Keep the cost down.
But are they
there
still
are group lessons as well?
Right, that's true. Are they still playing the clarinets and the saxophones?
Yeah, at the older ages they are, because the bands do encourage them to explore all these different instruments. And and it's great in the school systems as well. I'm sure the bands, the schools encourage lessons and everything because they do find that it helps with academics as well.
It's amazing how I'm sorry now I didn't keep up with it, because it's such a great culture to be exposed to, and the saxophone, who doesn't love the sound of a saxophone or clarinet now?
Exactly.
Right. Well, thanks so much. And for more information, you can go to our website, myfoxdetroit.com. Good to see you again, Lisa.
You too, Cam. Thank you.
All right. Jay, over to you.